Mom's chirping right now. The chick is grooming itself right now. Oof, man, if looks could kill. I'm gonna put this picture up so you guys can see it. Mom is, ooh, she's got a look on her. All right, guys, it's 7:56. I've been here probably 15, 20 minutes. And as soon as I set up the stills camera, Dad was on the nest with Mama and the chick. Dad flew off, so I was able to get him. And then right as I was gonna set up the camera to talk to you guys, Mom flew off the nest, so I was able to get her. So really awesome. The chick is still in the nest. I'm assuming Mom and Dad are out hunting for dinner. Got mosquitoes and bugs. But so sunset today is actually, I believe it was 7:43, 7:49, something like that. So right now, we're in what's called, oh, I think that's Mom. Mom just got on the perch right next to the nest. So we're an hour before sunset, and this is what's considered the golden hour. So right now, because the sun is lower on the horizon, or on the sky, close to the horizon, there's more atmospheric dust and that kind of stuff that the sun has to go through, which basically diffuses the sun and creates a softer light. And at the angle right now, the bluish light that normally comes from the sun is refracted. So what's left is this nice, beautiful golden color. Mom's chirping right now. The chick is grooming itself right now. Oof, man, if looks could kill. I'm gonna put this picture up so you guys can see it. Mom is, ooh, she's got a look on her. But anyway, so what I was saying is that right now the sun, the light is more pleasing, less harsh than in the middle of the day. And as you can see with that picture I just posted of Mom, the sun right now is camera right, so it's right back out this way, that way. And unfortunately, the wind right now is kind of coming in this direction. So when Mom and Dad took off, that's the kind of the path they went on. But I was lucky enough that Mom did a couple circles around right after she left the nest. So I was able to get some of her face on. Dad unfortunately took off in that direction, and right as he took off, I was able to get a couple snaps of him taking off. It was his front side, kind of like a 3/4 angle, before he turned into the wind completely and left. So that's what I was talking about as far as making sure the wind is behind you. That way when they take off and they land, they're going to be facing you. I can hear Dad off to my right. He's out that way somewhere. I can hear him. There's a woodpecker. I don't know if it's coming through on the microphone. There's Mom just responded. I think Dad is over here. There's a lake right in that direction over there. And I think Dad is trying to hunt for some fish right now because I hear him in that direction. And that was another thing when I was talking about earlier in the room, where I was talking about know your species, know their behaviors, know their calls, which I forgot to mention earlier. But with the osprey, so she's kind of clucking right now, and I can hear him responding back here. But knowing your bird calls, and it's not going to come right away. This is probably a couple years worth of experience listening to these birds constantly. I still don't know all the calls. The website that I mentioned in part 1 of this video, ebird.org, if you go on there, they are actually sounds as far as calls and songs of each species of birds. You can go out there and listen and try to memorize them as best you can. So she's calling out right now. And I hear Dad out this way somewhere. But I'm gonna put up 2 images side by side, one of midday and one right now of this nice soft light. And you can see that the soft light is more pleasing in the grand scheme of things, because the light isn't as harsh, it's more complementary to your subject.
Any babies?
Yes, there's a baby up in the nest.
Oh, I see one.
So that's the mama up on the perch on the right side. And then in the center, I don't know if you kind of see this little hump, that's the chick.
So just one this year?
Yes,
Pretty cool.
it is. It's fantastic.
Is Dad ever around?
He just left. I hear him over here somewhere. I think he's trying to fish
Oh, okay.
for dinner.
All right.
There he is. I just heard him.
I heard it, don't see it. Very
Yeah.
cool. What are you shooting with?
I have a Sony
It's
A7.
my crop sensor, and for what I'm doing, landscape, it's great.
Right.
So,
Fantastic.
anyway, enjoy.
Thank you. Have a good night. So cool. You get to meet people everywhere. So she's another photographer. Just switched over from the Canon system to the Sony system. So that's pretty cool. So that's the great thing about photography, guys and gals. It's very calming, very therapeutic, and anywhere you go, you meet other fellow photographers, and you get to talk subjects and gear and that kind of stuff, and it's awesome. I hear Dad. All right, so I think I got interrupted. I don't remember if I put up the comparison between the midday and sunset images. So I am going to put them up now, and you can see the difference between the harshness of the light in the midday shots compared to the shots right now at 7 o'clock, which we're about 30-ish minutes from sunset. So unfortunately, I didn't get out this morning. I actually prefer the mornings versus the afternoons. One, because there's less people around, and with that, the animals aren't as alerted or as what's the word I'm looking for? They're not. They're basically free to do what they want to do without having concern of people being around, and they act more natural in the environment. So now we're just waiting. Actually, let me see if I can get a video. Can we get a video? All right, let's lock this in. Lock that in, and all right, so now you're seeing what I'm seeing. And as you can see, Mom is on that far right side. Chick is right in the middle, waiting for Dad to come in and get some food, which I actually haven't heard Dad in a couple minutes, so I'm wondering maybe he's actually fishing. So osprey are they're a type of hawk that are seafood or fish eaters. I was hoping to see the bald eagle, or a pair of them. I want to say July 4th or 5th, they were seen out here. There's a couple other areas that they've been spotted at, and I think tomorrow morning we're going to go somewhere else. The second spot where they were seen, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we get to see the bald eagles tomorrow morning. But my favorite three bird of preys are the bald eagle, the osprey, and believe it or not, the snowy owl. One fascinating thing about owls, if you guys don't know, is the design of their feathers. Owls, you can't actually hear them fly. So the way their feathers are designed, it doesn't matter whether they're gliding or flapping, you can't hear an owl. There goes Mom again. So I find that extremely fascinating, and I don't think there's any other bird in the world that does that. But drop in the comments below. Let me know, what kind of birds you guys like. What are your favorite out there? Bird of preys mostly, or not. If you guys like, blue herons or egrets or any other kind of shorebird, just drop it in the comments. Let me know. I'm really interested to see what you guys like out there. Hopefully everyone's okay. So that was another thing, coming here yesterday. I wanted to kind of talk to you guys as I drove and kind of set you up for how everything was going to go here, but I was at a doctor's appointment. Oh, it's coming this way. Oh, they turned one street back. And I got out of the doctor's office, my doctor's appointment, pretty late, and then when I got onto the interstate, ended up getting stuck in traffic for a while because of a wild brush fire. So just one thing led to another. By the time I got here, it was late, and trying to check into my room, my hotel room, and you know, getting everything offloaded, getting all the equipment ready, making sure I ate dinner, you know, all that stuff. So I apologize. I'm going to try and do better about that. But we are here now. I appreciate you guys hanging out. And if you're getting value out of this, hit that like button. And if you want to keep hanging out with me, go ahead, subscribe, hit that notification bell, because we're going to be doing a lot more of this wildlife stuff. I really enjoy it. This is my passion because I get to be out in nature, smell the fresh air, be out with the animals, and just, it's very calming and therapeutic. So I don't know exactly when, but we are going to do some land-based animals as well. I love elk, and I don't think there's moose here, maybe further up towards San Francisco peaks, out further in elevation, because it gets pretty warm over here. Coyotes, wolves. I don't know if there's wolves here or not, but you know, eventually we're going to do some land-based animals, and I think right now it's just too warm, and because the sun rises so early, usually by 8 o'clock, they're done. They're in the shade, not really doing a whole lot. So I think maybe towards fall, we'll come back out here again. Another good location I like to go to is Pine Top, Arizona. There's a lot of animals out that way. But once again, that's more towards the fall when things have cooled off and they're more active. I think that'd be a better time to do it. Mom's calling. The chick is back down. Oh. Let's turn that off. I forgot I was recording. Oh, we're definitely not going to use that entire clip. Yeah, Mom's calling. I don't hear Dad. I haven't heard Dad here in probably a good 10 minutes or so. So he might be out fishing. Hopefully he catches something soon and comes in, and we can get an action shot of him coming into the nest with fish in his claws. All right, I'm gonna stop the video here, and I will start it back up once we get a little bit of action going on here. Because as I stated earlier in the day, wildlife photography is a patience game. It's sitting down waiting for the action to come to you to happen, because they're not people and you can't pose them. So we'll be back here in a little bit. Hopefully we get Dad in here before it gets too dark and we can't photograph. See you in a bit. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are officially, actually we're about 10 minutes shy of sunset. I actually had to take off the ND filter off of that camera because the light is just, at this point, it's changing by the minute. Dad still has not come back. Take a little video here of what I'm seeing. So this is basically the last light of the day, and it's extremely beautiful, orange. You can see now the nest. There's almost no light on there, and if we go down further, let's go down the tree a little bit. You can see right about there, you can see the last little bit of light that is kissing that tree. And I would say actually I don't even think it's going to be 10 minutes. I'd say probably 5 minutes or so, all the light will be gone, well, from the sun. And so right now, to try to get an action shot is going to be very difficult with this camera, because I know the limitations for this camera. So if I try to hit up 2,000th of a second, my ISO is going to crank way up, and I don't know that it'll be a usable image. Let's see. Let's go ahead and take a shot here. ISO auto. So I'm gonna drop it all the way to 6.3, f6.3, and I'm gonna go 2,000th of a second. And right now, I'm at ISO 5000. So let's take a shot here. And it almost looks like Mom is backlit. Yeah, so right now I'm looking through the viewfinder, and as I zoom in, the nest, the darker areas, that noise level is just out of control. And I'll put it on the screen here so you guys can see it.
Capturing anything good?
Yes, got a chick and a mom up there. Dad left a little while ago, went to go fishing. Hey there.
Nice.
Yes. So I'm hoping Dad comes back with some fish or something.
Oh,
Hi.
sure. Right, well, have a good evening.
Thank you, you too. See, like I said, this is one awesome hobby. Everybody stops, say hello, everybody's kind, and you never know when you meet a fellow photographer, so this is very cool. But as you can see, yeah, in the nest area, anything darker, it's really going to be prominent. That noise is really going to come out. You're going to see it. So I am going to do a little denoise. I use Topaz denoise, and I'm going to see how much detail we can actually get out of it, see if it's a salvageable image, and I'll put it up so you guys can compare it. But we are at sunset now. I have no light left in that area. And still haven't heard Dad since I cut off the video there, and it's been 20 minutes since I cut the video off. And so now it's been about 30 minutes since I've heard from Dad. So I don't think he's gonna come back in time for me to capture him. But, you know, we still got a few good images, and you know, that's the way that nature and wildlife photography goes. A nice little dragonfly. It just, sometimes you get the shot, sometimes you don't. You know, when you hear of professional photographers that are waiting for a shot, and you know, they go to a specific location for a specific animal or a specific bird, and you know, year after year after year, sometimes it takes them 3, 4, 5, 10 years before they get the shot that they're looking for, because they try to make sure that all the stars are aligned when they get that shot that they've been envisioning. We're gonna go ahead and call it a night here. We're gonna pack up and we're gonna get back to the room. Going to download the cards and recharge batteries, and then get ready for tomorrow morning, where we're gonna go to a different spot. We're gonna go to the Kachina Wildlife Preserve, I believe it's called, or the wetlands, Kachina Wetlands. And they have fish out there, they stock the ponds. So we might see the bald eagles out there tomorrow, hopefully, fingers crossed. But, well, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one.